say is they try to rob that kid.
Out back. Oh,
They tried to rob Ryan Garcia.
Even though Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney last week, there has been a lot of debate regarding the dishonest refereeing that took place during the fight. Harvey Doc has come under fire for appearing to favor Devin.
And listen, I was on the edge of my seat, so they're about to rob me. Not only that, but also Harvey Doc, the referee. I can't believe it. The referee.
Many are also claiming that the Haney are bribing the referees to make sure Devin wins his fights. This was also the case during Devin's championship match versus Basil Lomachenko for the lightweight belt.
He pressed the fight, he landed the cleaner shots, landed more shots. That's all I gotta say.
What's getting lost, my man, in all this controversy right now?
So, is Bill Haney paying the referees to give Devin Haney a chance to win his fights? There is evidence to support this theory. Stay tuned and watch as we discover in today's video that the fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was an explosive affair, with two amazing fighters renewing their rivalry in a professional setting. Although many expected Devin to win, Garcia surprised everyone by winning at the end of the 12th round. Garcia's victory, however, was overshadowed by referee Harvey Doc's contentious refereeing. Many are now convinced that Doc was paid by the fans to ensure Devin's victory that evening.
Judge, what you the judge and the referee and everything that you guys did in LDB. Come on, Bill. Wait.
Help with memory stimulation. Throughout the fight, Harvey Doc made a number of controversial decisions. One instance occurred when Garcia had Haney rocked in the 7th round, but instead of letting him stop Haney's unsteady legs and plant his face on the canvas, he deducted a point from Garcia. You ask why? The Victorville native struck the WBC champion during the break, but it was hotly debated whether Doc deducted a point from Garcia without warning him. The standard protocol is to give a warning, deduct a point on the second count, and disqualify the boxer after 2 more offenses. This was a fairly straightforward protocol, but Doc strayed from it. A point deduction could have also given Garcia his biggest career victory. Meanwhile, no warnings were given for the constant clinching, which was relied upon to give him a break and gathered his strength. Doc also failed to warn him when Haney failed to end the clinch, but nothing divided the fans as much as when he repeatedly broke up the action when the super lightweight champion was hanging on. Alicia Baumgartner said that Georgia Masvidal was becoming irritated with Doc's antics, even though it appeared like the referee was betting on this bout.
It's like, I'm a true professional. I try to be professional in everything I do. And I'm not saying that, I come from, my dad, he has not made the best choices.
Harvey, however, there may be a darker motive behind Doc's controversial decisions as a referee. Recently, an audio clip purportedly recording a conversation between Bill Haney and referee Doc surfaced. This audio has caused a great deal of controversy because it is purported to depict an attempt to sway the outcome of a match in favor of Devin Haney, particularly in his fight against Vasily Lomachenko last year. The audio suggests that Bill Haney may have discussed strategies with referee Doc about tactics that could help Devin Haney during the fight. In the audio, there are indications of manipulating certain aspects of the fight, such as handling clinches in a way that might favor Devin. This type of manipulation could involve allowing Devin to get away with his moves. During the bout, Ryan Garcia also voiced his extreme dissatisfaction with the referee's calls. Garcia said that there were times during the fight that he felt unfairly punished, especially in situations where he thought he had the strategic advantage. Garcia brought up the contentious 7th round incident in which he was fined for what was considered an improper punch, which he believed cost him a possible knockout. He contends that the referee's interference had a direct impact on the fight's outcome, impeding his ability to win with precision and clarity.
Harvey Doc? Yeah. I think he was tripping. He should have stopped that fight.
Yeah, he should have been stopped the first time.
It was bad. He was really hurt. And I felt bad. I even looked at Bill. 11th round, 12th round. I said, hey, bro, you
The boxing world and its fans have responded to the charges with a mixture of disbelief and outrage. If these claims turn out to be accurate, they may seriously damage Devin Haney's past triumphs and Harvey Doc's reputation as a referee. In his most recent podcast interview, he discussed how combatants generally rely heavily on the impartiality and fairness of referees to maintain a level playing field, and how any deviation from this norm is met with severe condemnation. When Joe Rogan and Max Holloway argued over referee Doc's dubious rulings during the fight, they revealed a few eyebrow-raising instances. In particular, Rogan highlighted two crucial knockdowns that Doc seemed to have overlooked. Rogan and Holloway then went into detail about what they believed to be extremely bad officiating. Due to two knockdowns, Rogan called attention to a crucial point in the bout, stating that there was also poor officiating. Max Holloway, who was similarly shocked, said, "Yeah, 2 drops and it didn't count. That was insane." Rogan went on to emphasize the severity, saying that he had put him down twice in a row that were actual knockdowns. In that particular round, he had knocked him down 3 times. The refereeing standards baffled Holloway, who then raised an interesting query. Wouldn't that have been a TKO already? Regarding the regulations in play, Rogan acknowledged his ignorance. "I don't know if they had a 3 knockdown rule," he said. Bill Haney has been under fire before for going above and beyond to ensure his son's victory.
Well, the way that the pressure comes for me is if the money comes in the mail. You know what I mean? If I'm getting the pressure because this phone right here got some zeros in it.
Devin caused controversy when he defeated Vladimir Lomachenko in their fight last year. For the most part, the two fighters were evenly matched until the latter rounds when Lomachenko outpunched Haney 124 to 110. To the dismay of the 1,443 spectators present, all 3 judges predicted that Haney would prevail. Dave Moretti had the fight score at 116 112s, but Tim Checham and David Southernland had it at 115 113s. Iskus, the manager of Lomachenko, was furious after the fight and declared, "We're going to appeal this decision. Those judges do not understand how the boxers are working hard. I guarantee we're not going to let that go. We want to show there has to be justice." Haney's team got Christmas in the summer, and this was the biggest robbery of the day. The 12th round of Haney 109's FA was judged fairly evenly by all 3 judges. A different result would have resulted in a tie on the scorecards of 2 judges. Despite Lomachenko, Moretti faced his teammates again in the latter rounds, handing Haney the 8th and 10th rounds. After the battle, a dissatisfied Lomachenko declared, "I won this fight." 12 rounds had passed, and he was certain he had won. He felt like he had control of the fight. He took many headshots in the 8th and delivered his most devastating strike in the 10th. The allegations against Bill Haney that he influenced boxing match outcomes financially highlight a less honorable aspect of professional sports, where money power has the ability to distort competition and erode fairness. If verified, these claims have the potential to severely harm the sport's image and expose a structural vulnerability to financial manipulation. Boxing has always been linked to riches, from endorsement deals to large pay-per-view revenues. But when financial interests start to affect match outcomes in addition to profiting from them, the sport's credibility is put in jeopardy. According to these allegations, a fighter may be able to convince judges and referees to decide in the fighter's favor, in addition to having better access to training resources. These types of decisions have far-reaching effects. To start, they level the playing field. Fighters without the required finances might be at a disadvantage due to a biased system that favors opponents with greater resources rather than a lack of training or experience. This affects the outcome of fights and might deter talented sportsmen from boxing because they think the chances are against them. Since both players and viewers must have trust in the impartiality and unpredictability of results, every sport's integrity is essential to its survival. The credibility of the sport is damaged when corruption or financial gain violates this faith. The sport's credibility is damaged. Such claims might be particularly damaging for boxing, which is already dealing with unfavorable impressions of corruption and dwindling viewership in some places. This is due to the risk of losing a loyal fan base, decreasing sponsorship interest, possibly having an impact on television contracts to solve these issues. There's a rising push within the boxing world for greater openness and change. To help regain public trust in boxing, some of these ideas include more stringent control of judges and referees, open disclosure of fighter contracts and referee assignments, and maybe independent audits of boxing organizations. Sincerity, Harvey. Some people think that because Doc officiated and called Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., he crumbled under the pressure of a high-profile fight between Devin and Kingery. But Doc is one of the most experienced referees in the sport and has overseen some of the biggest fights. However, Doc was closely watching the action when Tim 2 failed to overcome the lanky Sebastian Fonder, who had previously observed Teofimo Lopez's commanding performance against Jermaine Ortiz. He had also watched intently as Saul Alvarez easily defeated Jal Charlo. Harvey Doc hasn't shied away from making tough calls in the past. In fact, he once penalized Janelson Figueroa Bachica for spitting out his mouthpiece. Additionally, his call regarding Garcia was justified, despite the fact that it happened quickly. It was a foul, and he had the discretion to take a point away from Garcia. It was his call. Most boxing fans don't understand that a referee's job is to ensure that a fighter isn't badly hurt and doesn't take any damage beyond what is necessary to win a fight. Doc has portrayed himself as a no-nonsense official in his previous fights, and he attempted to follow this when he entered the ring for Haney versus Garcia. Despite his tough call, he had no influence on the scorecards. What do you think? Should Harvey Doc be held accountable for the controversy? Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in another video soon. To ensure that you never miss out on videos like this one, turn on the bell to receive the most recent notifications.